In the heart of the Caribbean, a quiet revolution is unfolding. While global headlines fixate on emerging markets in Asia and Africa, Jamaica is orchestrating one of the most remarkable economic transformations in the Western Hemisphere. Under the Andrew Holness administration, this island nation of 2.8 million people is methodically dismantling its reputation as merely a tourist paradise to emerge as the Caribbean's undisputed business and investment powerhouse. The numbers tell a story that would make any Wall Street analyst sit up and take notice. 8 consecutive years of fiscal surpluses, a debt-to-GDP ratio slashed from a crushing 147% to a manageable 74%, unemployment at a historic low of 4.2%, foreign exchange reserves at record highs. These aren't just statistics. They're the vital signs of an economy that has fundamentally reinvented itself. At the recent Caribbean Investment Forum 2025, Senator Auburn Hill, Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, didn't mince words about Jamaica's ambitions. The country isn't content with incremental improvements or regional comparisons. Instead, it's positioning itself as a globally competitive investment destination that happens to have the added advantages of Caribbean charm and strategic location. This transformation didn't happen overnight. Since 2014, Jamaica has achieved a remarkable 7% compounded annual growth in foreign direct investment inflows, making it the leading FDI recipient in the English-speaking Caribbean. But what's driving international investors to look beyond traditional hubs like Barbados or Trinidad and Tobago and set their sights on Jamaica? The answer lies in a carefully orchestrated symphony of reforms that Prime Minister Holness describes as creating a globally competitive and sustainable investment hub. The government has systematically attacked every barrier that once deterred serious investors. Corporate tax rates for manufacturers have been slashed. Bureaucratic red tape that once strangled entrepreneurial spirit is being cut away with surgical precision. Special economic zones like the Cayman's SEZ are offering duty-free incentives that rival any in the hemisphere. Infrastructure, long the Achilles heel of Caribbean economies, is receiving unprecedented attention. The transformation of Spanish Town Road from a congested artery into a modern thoroughfare is emblematic of a broader infrastructure revolution. Jamaica's ports, already vital nodes in global supply chains, are being enhanced to capitalize on the country's geographic gold mine, its proximity to the U.S. East Coast and position as a natural logistics hub for the Americas. But perhaps the most visionary aspect of Jamaica's strategy is its refusal to think small. While many Caribbean nations compete in a zero-sum game for tourist dollars and offshore banking business, Jamaica is championing a radical idea: regional integration that transforms the Caribbean from a collection of isolated economies into a unified market of 45 million people. We don't see the Caribbean as fragmented islands. Holness, who is now CARICOM chairman, has emphasized repeatedly. We see it as a connected, collaborative investment space. This isn't just rhetoric. Jamaica is actively pushing for greater CARICOM integration in trade, transport, and business sectors. Understanding that a rising tide lifts all boats, the government's approach to micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises reveals another layer of sophistication often missing in developing economies. Rather than focusing solely on attracting multinational corporations, Jamaica is nurturing its homegrown businesses through island-wide roadshows, export readiness programs, and tax relief for productive inputs. The message is clear. This isn't just about foreign investment. It's about building a resilient, inclusive economy where local entrepreneurs can thrive alongside international players. Finance Minister Fayval Williams points to something less tangible, but equally crucial: predictability. In a world where policy uncertainty can tank markets overnight, Jamaica offers something increasingly rare: transparent governance and consistent economic management. The technology and clean energy sectors are receiving particular attention, with the government recognizing that the future belongs to economies that can leverage digital transformation and sustainable practices. Jamaica isn't trying to compete with Silicon Valley, but it is positioning itself as the Caribbean's tech hub, offering a skilled, English-speaking workforce and time zone alignment with North American business hours. Yet what makes Jamaica's transformation truly compelling isn't just the economic metrics or policy reforms. It's the audacity of the vision itself. In a region often resigned to economic marginalization, Jamaica is writing a new narrative. It's proving that with disciplined leadership, strategic thinking, and relentless execution, a small island nation can punch far above its weight in the global economy. The skeptics will point to challenges that remain, crime rates that still concern investors, infrastructure that, while improving, still lags behind developed nations, and the ever-present threat of climate change to Caribbean economies. These are real issues, and the Holness administration doesn't pretend otherwise. But what's changed is the trajectory. Jamaica is no longer managing decline or treading water, it's building momentum. As the world recalibrates supply chains and seeks nearshore alternatives to Asian manufacturing, as digital nomads search for stable, connected bases in attractive locations, as investors look for the next untapped frontier, Jamaica is positioning itself to capture these opportunities. The country that gave the world reggae music, and Usain Bolt is now offering something equally powerful, a masterclass in economic transformation. The Caribbean has long been seen as a playground for the wealthy, a region of sun and sand but limited economic opportunity. Jamaica is rewriting that script, one reform at a time, one investment at a time. The question isn't whether Jamaica will become the Caribbean's premier business hub. The foundations are already in place. The question is whether the rest of the region will follow Jamaica's lead in transforming the Caribbean from a tourist destination into an economic destination. If Prime Minister Holness has his way, the answer will reshape not just Jamaica, but the entire Caribbean's place in the global economy. A pipe dream or a realistic goal? What do you think? Thanks for watching and for liking, subscribing, and sharing. See you on the next one.